Right, so Gareth, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
How long have you been with ASC Metals now?
About 8.5 years.
But you've been in the industry a lot longer than that.
25 years.
Get into it in the first place?
I went for an interview in the Evening Post in Nottingham and never knew there was a metals trade whatsoever. Applied, got the job, worked there for about a year and then was offered another job at a new startup competitor, part of an engineering group. I left and then 2 months later they shut the branch that I was working at, so it was very fortuitous.
Yeah.
Stayed there for 8 or 9 years, moved to a different company, worked there for 3 years and then went back to become a director for about 15 years.
Wow, okay.
My boss then retired at and things changed and I wasn't happy. So I decided to leave, went to work for an aluminium extrusion mill, and then Richard offered me a job here.
Brilliant, yeah. So you must have seen a lot of changes then in the industry over those years?
Yeah, I mean, what you've got small setups and you've got the large conglomerates, and you know, the large conglomerates want market share, whereas we're more specialised. We specialise in cutting things which not many people do, and we tend to benefit better for doing that. It's not so high turnover, low margin business, so it's good. But yeah, there has been a lot of changes. Technology's progressed. A laser person was telling me the other day, not only can they laser, bend, fold and weld, they can always they can put a thread in at the same time, which is fantastic.
It's quite amazing to see the technology developments, isn't it?
It is. I mean, when I first started, I was chatting to the customer. In the day that I started in Nottingham, there was 2 laser cutters, Laser Shapes and Laser XTs. Now there must be 40 people who've got their own laser, just customers, and the technology is just changing daily. So, and then you've got water jetting, which is another process entirely, which is going in leaps and bounds. So,
Is there a particular area that sparks your interest more than others?
Aluminium orientated, because I know a lot about tooling plate, because a lot of my customers buy the tooling plate, and I worked for an extrusion mill for 6 months, so I've seen the presses work, I know how extrusions are made, so that's my knowledgeable thing. I can get by on stainless steel and yellow metals because of the time spent in the industry, but I'm not au fait with all the wacky grades of Inconels, Hastelloys and Monels, but you know, it is what it is.
Goodness me, that sounds difficult. So you go out and visit a lot of our customers
when I can and get out.
Yeah. So what do you enjoy about that? Getting out to see people?
Putting a face to a name and seeing what they use the material for, and also the size of the company, because you get a gist for how much they're going to spend, who you're up against. When you see most inquiries coming by email now, which is how it works, and in the day you used to have a buyer that worked there for years, he knew everybody, he used to send the inquiries. Now you get young people in the offices just blatting it out to 20 people. A bit like the laser boys, they'll send it to 20 people and they'll just buy whoever's cheapest. There's no loyalty, no commitment or anything like that. So when you get to see people and you forge a bond, and my 3 top customers, which are a lot of ASC's top customers, I've dealt with for years. So you know, you build up a relationship and you sort of ensure that you get their business.
So it still comes back to relationships, doesn't it?
I think so. In the end of the day, it depends on the industry. Some of my customers have, like one customer, we have probably 10 or 12 special dies laid down for them, and they give us a call off for 12 months. So they're happy, they've got a fixed price, the stock is on the shelf, they can get delivered in 2 to 3 days. Whereas other customers who just buy standard products will send it out to as many people as they can, and they'll just buy firmest cheapest, and it becomes a Dutch auction, which we don't want to get into, because we have a specific industry.
Exactly. So do you have a typical day? What would you get up to?
I tend to arrange my appointments in an area So like I'll sort of do Mansfield 1 week and then do Alfreton and Ripley the next week, and then I was supposed to go to Pinkston and Sutton in Ashfield and Kirkby in Ashfield this week, but obviously I couldn't get out. So you tend to do that, and you pick the accounts that are potential ones, prospective ones, and also the ones that you need to keep an eye on. So it's a mixture of accounts to see.
Going out and see people. So when you're here in the office then, it's answering the telephone, dealing with the inquiries.
Yeah, day-to-day inquiries. A lot of us have got our own customer base, but there is a lot of general inquiries, a lot of cash sales to be done, and it's all hands on deck, and basically you just answer the phone when it rings. You've got to get it done.
It works, So outside of ASC, I know you like to travel a bit, don't you? You've been to some interesting places over the years?
Been to Canada 3 times, and I'd move there tomorrow if I could. We've been all over Italy, Cyprus, Lanzarote. This year we've got some UK holidays booked and some weekends away, but then we're going to Norway at Christmas, through Christmas, in a place called Tromsø, which is like the northernmost city in Norway.
Wow.
So
hoping for some snow.
Well, I hope so, because when we went to Canada 2 years ago, there wasn't any snow, and we had to cancel the sledding experience that we'd booked and paid for. And this year we're going to do a reindeer sledding experience and feeding, so hopefully that works.
Sounds good.
Good.
So most importantly, Gareth, are you a tea or coffee guy?
Coffee, but I do drink tea with a fry up. That's the only time I have it is with a fry up, which is very rare, but if you stay in a hotel and the complimentary breakfast, I will have tea, but normally 99% of the time it's coffee.
And finally, Marmite, love it or hate it. Do you?
Yes.
Oh, I like a direct answer. Some people
I don't know why people don't like it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
It's great.
There's nothing wrong with it.
On your toast. Brilliant. Yes. Thank you, Gareth. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I learned to drive with L plates on a pickup truck.
Right.
So that's how I did my driving, because somebody who worked for us was a driving instructor, used to be a driving instructor.
Yes.
So I was like bombing around everywhere in this P100 Ford P100 pickup truck with L plates on, but learning how to drive, which helped, I suppose, get my driving license a couple of months after my 17th birthday.
Yes.
I was playing rugby in France for a French team and having a great time, but I didn't actually get myself a job there. So, I was playing rugby, doing some skiing, and then one day my dad rang me up and said, somebody's leaving, or we're opening another branch, you need to come back. And I said no, and put the phone down on him. Anyway, over the next 2 or 3 weeks, I had no money, and he wouldn't send me any. So eventually what he did, he sent me a ticket to come back on the ferry, and enough just to drive back.
Right.
And that's how it started 36 years ago.